What was Spinoza's attitude to the whole free will question, or the whole free will problem?
Well, I think that can be put very clearly in a couple of sentences to start with. What he does maintain is that what he would probably call the everyday, vulgar, commonsensical notion of freedom, that is to say, the idea that the human individual can sometimes act as a spontaneous, uncaused cause of things, the freedom of pure spontaneity, this, he says, is impossible. It's simply an illusion that's engendered by our not knowing what the causes of our actions are. But on the other hand, this is the other sentence, Spinoza says there is such a thing as human servitude or bondage, and that consists in being induced to act by some causes rather than others. There are some causes, we can call them, generally speaking, the passive emotions, things like hatred and anger and so forth, generated in us by the frustrating influence of the world outside us, the parts of the world, I'd better say, that are outside us. And he also believes that we have active emotions, which are those generated by an understanding of our circumstances in the world, a knowledge of what's going on. And the greater our activities are caused by active emotions and the less by passive emotions, the less in bondage we are, because we are more ourselves.
I think he was probably the first person in European thought to introduce this very important idea, which in a quite different form is made much of a great deal later by Freud and by psychoanalysis, that discovering what the hidden sources of your actions and emotions are will be, in a sense, liberating, will make you happier, even if it doesn't literally increase your freedom.
I think you're right. I mean, you could see Spinoza's attitude to man's position in the world as a stoic one, the idea that the world around us is not particularly interested in us, therefore we must diminish its power